My name is Denny Carman, and I don't have time to tell you everything I do, but I just work all over in the arts, all over the community, um, help nonprofits, a little bit of everything. When it comes to art, I'm in it. That's about it. Well, I was injured I was a plumber. That was my career. I was 32 years as a plumber, and I got injured, fell off a scissor lift in 2000. I can't remember, first part of 2000 or whatever it was. I fell off a scissor lift and I fractured my back and everything they did. And they said, you're done. So when you get injured like that, I'll just be honest, they dope you up a lot. They give you a lot of pain medication. So I was pretty heavily sedated, doped. Geez, I can't talk. Um, Drugged. So I was just kind of a slug, to be honest with you. So my son worked for Disney on Ice. He traveled the world, and he's an artist. He's a great artist. He came home one time and he said, "Hey, Dad, can I show you how to give you a little bit of a lesson how to paint here? To kind of give you something to do?" And I said, "Sure." So he sat there with me for an hour and left, headed out of the country again, and I sat down and started painting. I had never done it before. When I was a child, I sketched a little bit, not much. So I just sat down and started just painting trees, to be honest with you, because I was really on a lot of medication. So I just sat there and painted trees. That was about it. And just to keep myself sane. And that's basically where I started. And I didn't go to classes or anything, and I just started painting.
What mediums do you work in?
Oils.
Oils?
I have never tried any other medium at all. People keep suggesting try acrylics and this and that, and I like oils. And truthfully, I don't have the time to try anything else. So I stick to oils. I used to I painted trees, like I said, when I first started because it was just lines doing stuff. But then I just went crazy with it when I got off all the medication and stuff. I really enjoy, you're asking what I like to paint. I love to do it all. I'm all over the board. I'm a kind of a guy that I get very bored. I can't paint the same thing. I'm everywhere. But lately, I don't have one here, but lately I've been painting some old farmsteads, which is all the grass and the old barns and all that stuff. I enjoy those because it takes me a while to do them. I have to kind of, I like detail, so I have to concentrate. Plus, I don't really paint to sell. I just paint because I love it. But when I paint a farmstead, they seem to go.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I really enjoy.
Do you like doing kind of more landscapes and like nature?
Yeah, wildlife, landscape. But I painted old truck series. I painted nudes, black and white, because I like black and white stuff like that. Yeah, trees, a little bit of everything. But I do like the landscapes.
Do you have any artists that kind of inspire you or that you draw inspiration from, or are you kind of more of a self-inspired person?
This is not going to sound right because I know a lot of artists will say somebody inspires them. I'm just basically in my own world. I know that sounds a little crazy, but I just do. I might see some artists, because I've taught myself. I just pay attention, basically what I do. So I might see an artist that's doing one thing that might click something in my brain, or another artist might do something else. I'm like, wow, that looks cool. That's basically where I get my inspiration. It's just, I get my inspiration from life, I guess. That's about it. Yeah. I do have artists I love to death that I think are fantastic. There's Judy Harrell, who live paints for us. Her work is just, wow. Her work's amazing. Debbie Eubanks, good friend of mine. I love their work. I can't do what they do. And I don't want to. I want to do my own thing. So, yeah. So I just look around for everything.
What projects, because you work a lot, so like what projects do you typically do?
You on the list?
A little bit.
Are you talking about just in my time, what I do every day?
What's your favorite thing to do?
I love the one thing that I really truly love to do is helping artists. That's my passion. I help nonprofits. I put events together. You've seen probably a few things I do. But everything that I do, I wanted to somehow help the local artists and not just, an established artist. I like bringing up the young kids and artists that are just trying to struggle and get out there. That's what I really enjoy. If I meet an artist that's just, because a lot of them get depressed, and a lot of them get, I mean, it's a fact. Being in the art world is a tough little, it's a tough venture. I mean, a lot of people think they're gonna really go out there and, it's just walk out there and my work's great and it's gonna sell them and they'll love every minute of it. And you can get knocked down pretty fast because people don't really support like they should. So when I take somebody, if somebody's trying to get out there, I grab them, or they come to me and I show them at a location that is good for them, and I just basically kind of work them through the channels, get them connections, and then if they succeed and go on, then that's what makes my day. I have quite a few artists that I've done that with, so that's my focus.
So what's the story of how you got started with M.A.D?
Okay, I met Morgan and Anthony 3 years ago, I think it was. And a friend of mine recommended that Morgan get a hold of me, and because she lived in Davenport, and she was trying to get the art out. So she got a hold of me. We had a meeting, and I've told her this before because I meet lots and lots of artists. There's just something clicked. I mean, when I met her, she was just so feisty. And this kid, she's got something here. So we started working a little bit together. I showed her at the Blue Door Theater, and then I was showing at the flour mill. I handled that whole section. So I told her, I said, do you want to take this? Because that's what I enjoy doing, is I like getting something started and then I step away from it and let somebody take it over because I'm kind of busy. I said, do you want to take this on? And she jumped right in, and I could see that she was just ready to go. So she took over the flour mill until the pandemic hit. And then when the pandemic hit, I got her more involved. We did art on the go. I asked her if she wanted to make a map and help me with that. So she jumped right in there, and we built art on the go. And I think we did 3 of them, if I remember right. And then in the midst of that, just I'll try and make a long story short for you here, I found a building downtown. Somebody got a hold of me and asked me if I would find someone to do a mural on the building. When I was standing there, I looked inside, and it was empty. So I asked them, what do you plan on doing with this empty building? Because I'm always looking for spots. And they said, I don't know, I'd like to have some arts in there or something. So then my crazy mind goes to work. I got a hold of Morgan, and because I knew that they were doing stuff. Brought her there. I said, how would you like to take this on? I'm not doing it. This is just something that she's offering. So she started looking into that, but for different reasons, that didn't work out. And then, so I've been with her from the start. Then her and Anthony was looking, they found this location. They found M.A.D. And they wanted me to be involved because I've been with her from the start. So basically, they just kind of brought the old guy along with them, I guess is what you say. They wanted me to be involved, and right from the start, I've helped them, try to bring things in and in the background, and bringing in artists, bringing in opportunities. And I've been here since the start, and love every minute of it. So that's basically how I got into being M.A.D, just because I met her 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm got an office here, and I keep telling her that I'm going to retire and go somewhere, and she keeps telling me she's going to lock the door.
Yeah, you can't leave. You're too much a part of the building.
I
You're
guess
part of the whole spirit of this place.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I love it. I mean, I'm the old guy on the block. I know that here. It's all you young kids around here. I consider you kids because you are. And I know I can't do a lot that everybody else does, with my injuries and stuff. But the atmosphere here and the whole shebang around here, I love it. I love every minute of it.
So, is there any projects that you're working on that upcoming that you are really proud of or kind of excited about?
Well, the one main thing that I'm very excited about is a new location, the new art location. Okay, probably 2 or 3 months, I can't remember, 3 months ago, I was looking for a place to move because I ended up, we sold our house years back. We were renting, and the rents went sky high. Yeah, and I ended up having to ran into a teeny little thing. So I was looking around for just for a home to live in. And a friend of mine, who's another friend who's an artist, I was talking to her about it. So yeah, I'm just looking, da 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 da. And she's a real estate lady, and she said, what are you looking for? And I told her, I said, well, da da, just what I'm looking for is a home. I said, you know what my dream is? And she said, what's that? And I said, I just want a place where I can live in it and have a gallery in the bottom half of it. And her eyes kind of opened up and she said, really? So this place was hers. And I took me up there. It's up on South Monroe. Um, and I looked at it. The whole bottom half of it's already a gallery and it's got a studio there. And I started figuring out how am I going to do this? Because I really don't want to jump out there and do my own thing like this. I'm too busy. So I talked to Morgan and Anthony, and I said, hey, and they came over to the house. I said, this is da 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 coming in my lap. What would you guys think about having M.A.D 2, a second location for M.A.D? This will be just a gallery, this and that to kind of get the art to another location in Spokane. And they jumped right on it. They said, hey, that sounds like cool. They came and looked at it, and now it's going. Well, getting ready to open up. I've been painting on it, and it's all ready. And on November 12th is when I'm going to open it, and it's going to be a second location. It'll have a different name, which we're not announcing yet, but it is M.A.D. That's, I get very excited over events or anything I put together. I always get excited about stuff, but I have to say this one's really, really got me wound up. I'm looking forward to it.
What previous events within the past few months have you put together?
Well, the last event I put together, because it's gotten kind of, weather's getting, now it's getting cooler, was Art on Monroe. That was, that'd be the last one that I did. Yeah, I think so. I got a hold of the Monroe board because I heard that they had an art walk, but it was basically where they put an artist in each building or something, and they'd go in there and people would walk in, and it wasn't going really great. And they decided to shut it down because of whatever reason it was, which I don't like seeing. So I got a hold of them and went to the board. As a matter of fact, I took Morgan with me and said, hey, don't put artists inside because you're just going to get a few people walking by. Let's just fill the whole darn streets and sidewalks with artists. And that's what we did. A lot of work. I sat hours and hours on the laptop. I think I had 110 vendors. Some didn't make it. It was it was in the 90s. I don't remember the whole thing. And we just lined them up on the sidewalks and parking lots on Monroe, on the north side of Northwest Boulevard for the day. And it went fantastic. Everybody had a blast. And now they want to do 2 a year.
Oh my gosh, I hope so.
Well, I'm doing it. We're going to do one in spring, and we're going to do one before fall. Summertime, like June, July, and August, gets kind of crazy around the area, so it's hard to you got to work it around everybody else. But yeah, so that's the last big one I did. I had another one we did at Spokane Art Supply. Had events in their parking lot there recently. Yeah, there's always something going. I've always got my mind twirling and looking. So, but that's the one that was fun. Most all the work I do, I don't make a penny. I mean, I'm a lot of everything. I don't make a penny of it, so the cost of it's kind of tough. But I do all my work on Facebook. That's where if anybody wants to know what I'm doing or what's coming up or da da da, I think you've seen my Facebook page. Mm-hmm. It'll drive you crazy. That's where all my work is. I mean, where everything I do is on there. If they want to contact me, they can email me. It's at Dens Oils, DENSOILS, oils at yahoo.com. Somebody can email me anytime they want. But if they want to see what I'm doing, I'm a little Facebook crazy on there.
Perfect.
Yeah. So that's the best way to get a hold of me.